Because if you truly love it, you love it on its good days and its bad days. You love it if you're winning or you're losing. You love it, right? You can't just love it when it's going good for you. You have to love it on all days. My name is DeBlass, and I own Ocean County Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've been training for like 15, 16 years. I've had my academy. It's going to be 12 years in January.
Seal jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How often as a competitor are you able to train to keep yourself at peak conditioning?
I always say in life, if we don't make something a necessity, we won't do it. Like, if we don't make training a necessity for our students, it's not something they need in their life, when they have to cut costs, they're gonna cut training, right? So I try to make myself be needed, right? And training is something that has become needed for me. So I train hard, I'd say hard on the mats 5 days a week, but I'm doing something 7 days a week for sure. Between lifting, conditioning, training, I'm at it every day.
Step behind. Lift as high as you could. Right down, go. Guys, great job. I love the way you're sticking with it. All right, good work. On our own, let's go 1 for 1. Awesome work.
How are you able to delegate your time throughout the day to make sure that you're taking care of your business, you're taking care of your competition, you're also on the school board now, you're doing a lot of things, you're involved in a lot of things. How are you able to manage your time and yourself?
Between 8 a.m. and 12 a.m. I'm working. So I'm doing seminars every month, I'm running the school, I'm training, I'm on the school board, have my DVDs released, and I'm just using every minute of every day to get something done.
As a competitor, what is the driving force that keeps you wanting to be the best? You compete in the UFC, Bellator, top level grappler, ADCC, all these things. What keeps you sharp, and how are you able to take that sharpness, that competitive edge from you, and give it to your students? Because obviously your students are becoming very successful in their own rights as well.
It's something I feel fortunate to have on my plate, so I take full advantage of it, So I don't know any other way than to grind nonstop. When I first opened my school, I was a school teacher, so I would be a school teacher during the day, leave, come to my school, be here 10 at night, go do the whole school teacher thing the next day. It's just what I do.
For other people to find success in business, not only in martial arts, what do you think are some key components that they should be following or need to follow in order to be successful?
I think the biggest problem is everybody wants money. Money, money, money. They're money driven. I never opened my school thinking about money. I always thought about helping people, So my biggest thing is always helping as many people as I can. And the consequence of helping people and doing the right thing is going to be money. You're going to be able to make a living through it. So you have to be genuine, you have to care. And if you're a martial artist instructor, get in the mats and train. Get in the mats and train with your students. Don't ask your students to do 100 push-ups when you can't do 20, unless you're injured. I would never ask my students to do something that I wasn't willing to try or do or have done. Now that doesn't mean I won't get a student that's more talented than me and be able to do more than me, but it doesn't mean I'm not trying to do it. So I think an instructor has to be genuine. And they have to understand, we're running a business, but at the same time, this is not a business. This is not a gym. This is an academy. This is a place of learning. You have to care. Like, I get people from all over the world messaging me with their problems, and some of them are just like, I don't want to say silly, there's no silly problems, but when you're like, oh, I'm a purple belt and a blue belt tapped me and I feel sad, what do I do about it? I mean, man, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But some people have really deep, intense problems, and I'm thankful that they feel they could come to me and talk, because life is tough, man. Life is tough. So I think martial arts instructors need to understand, everybody who comes through that door, this could be their last chance. They're coming through the door for a reason. They're not going to retro fitness. They're not going to, you know, another thing. They're choosing martial arts because they want this to change their life, you know, and we have to do our best for them. And if we don't do our best for them, we won't succeed. You know, if they don't succeed, we don't succeed, you know. So I took a big chunk of responsibility upon myself when I first opened. To every student I lose is my fault. I didn't do well enough. I didn't do good enough. I didn't inspire them enough. As I grow older, and as I've been open 12 years, I find that you could literally give everything to some people, everything, and the appreciation won't be reciprocated. But that doesn't mean, I think a lot of martial arts owners get burnt out. That doesn't mean the next person doesn't deserve that all over again. You have to keep giving yourself to everybody that comes in your path, no matter how many times you feel that it wasn't appreciated.
So the mind aspect, how important is that mind aspect as a competitor, a martial artist, and in general, a lot of people focus on the physical condition. How important
Everything. It's everything. The mind is everything. If you don't believe it, you won't do it, you know. But you can't only believe it, you have to have the work ethic to back up that belief, you know. So work ethic, belief, and achieve, you know. You have to be persistent.
You talked about perfection, you know, within the school. Is that what drives you to build the success that you've been building and you continue to build? You've got a name, a very large name in the jiu-jitsu community, you know, successful academy, you know, successful competitor. Is it that drive, that perfection, that, you know, has pushed you to these heights and will push you to newer heights?
I'm not perfect. I don't know if it's necessarily my drive for perfection or my drive to help. I think people sense that I've been through a lot in my life. You know, at 35 years old, I've been through a lot, and I found a way to become one of the most successful in the world in my field, right? And now my field is opening up to more than just teaching jiu-jitsu, you know, more than just competition. It has to do with, you know, literally speaking to people, talking to people, helping people. And I think my drive to help as a genuine person has made my name as big as it is, right? Because I'm sure sometimes people are like, man, how did he get so big so quick? This hasn't been quick. I've been at this my whole life, man. You know, I won, like I said, I was winning Pan American titles in 2007, 2008. You know, here we are now in 2017. And here I am, you know, because it's just persistence, hard work. And then finally people are like, man, like, no matter how successful he becomes, like he never, I use the terms, you know, I'm not a sellout, you know.
If you had to give one piece of advice to instructors or martial artists now that you've learned over time that you didn't know prior, what would it be?
I have to say, my life once I opened my martial arts school compared to my life before has been much smoother. I learned a lot on the mats through training, you know, like it's okay if you get tapped 1,000 times. You could get tapped in front of your students and they're still gonna respect you. You could look bad in front of your students and they're still gonna love you. I think the fear of looking bad is what stops many instructors from training. Man, you bring the toughest guy in the room. I don't care who they are. They walk through my door like, I can't wait to get my hands on them. You know, I want to train. I don't care who's watching. It just doesn't matter to me because I train because I love to train. I knew this before though, but this is something that I would like to get through to other people. Like, don't let your fear of looking bad outweigh your love, your supposed love for martial arts, right? Because if you truly love it, you love it on its good days and its bad days. You love it if you're winning or you're losing. You love it, right? You can't just love it when it's going good for you. You have to love it on all days. Oh, also, this is the one thing. Don't worry about the students who aren't there. Worry about the students who are there, right? That's probably the biggest thing. I used to worry if we had a small class. I used to get frustrated and upset and worry where are these other people? And it puts you in a bad mood and the people who are there giving you their time, you know, they're getting the short end of the stick. So now, if you're not here, I hope I'm gonna reach out to you, right? But like, I'm so busy in my life now, I'm not gonna chase somebody every week for a year. I'm gonna, because I've done that before, and then people say, oh, you're pressuring me to train. So no, I'm thinking about you, but if you really wanna be close to me, get on the mats. You know, so focus on the students that are there.
The last question, what is next for you, whether it's competitively, outside of competitively? What are the next goals in your life that you would like to accomplish, whether it's next 10, 20 years? What are the big things you want to do next?
I'm gonna be a household name. People think I'm big now. This is nothing. This is just the beginning of what's to come. I've called everything. I've said what would happen. You know, I used to post my motivational quotes 5, 7 years ago, and my teammates would bust my chops making fun of me. I say, okay, make fun of me now. You'll see one day it's gonna pay off. And sure enough, it has. And I'm gonna be someone that many people come to for inspiration, you know, across the entire globe. And it's already happening now. It's just gonna grow more and more. If you do the right thing, you know, and you truly care about people, it's inevitable. How could I not keep growing? It doesn't make it, you have to, you know, so, and then of course, kicking butt when I compete, see my students kick butt when they compete, helping people on the mats, and just keep being, I just want to be happy, you know, I want to be happy and I want other people to be happy. So if I wake up tomorrow and running the school doesn't make me happy anymore, I'm going to close my school. Competing doesn't make me happy, I'm not going to compete. But right now I see all these things making me happy for many years to come, you know, so.